Hi there, my name is Mickey Mouse.
And I'm Goofy.
Well, you know what that song means. It means it's time to go on another adventure with Goofy and me.
Come on along. We'll have fun.
We'll meet new faces.
We'll do things.
And we'll go places.
Oh, boy, Mick, I can hardly wait to go.
Okay, Goofy, it won't be long now.
Come along and sing the song and join the jamboree. M-I-C-K-E-Y-M-O-U-S-E. Come on, everybody join in. M-I-C-K-E-Y-M-O-U-S-E.
When Goofy and I go on our adventures, we always like to take a map.
We sure do. That way, we can tell which direction we're going. East, west, north, or what's that other one, Mick?
It's south, Goofy, and that's where we're headed today, with the help of a very special map.
Yeah, a treasure map.
While Goofy and I tell you the story, you can read along with us in your book.
You'll know it's time to turn the page whenever you hear the chimes ring, like this.
Are you ready? Let's turn to the first page. Here we go. Goofy and I were relaxing on the porch one day when Donald came hurrying up the walk.
Why, Donald? What's that letter in your hand?
It's from Uncle Scrooge.
Gosh, it must be important. Uncle Scrooge doesn't like to pay for stamps.
Donald tore open the envelope, and a piece of paper fell to the ground.
What's this?
He picked it up and unfolded it for us to see.
What are all those funny-looking pictures? Gosh, maybe it would help if you turned it right side up. There, that's better.
It's a map.
Donald's right. It is a map, and there's a letter that came with it. Uncle Scrooge says he met a man in Duckburg passing out these maps to something called the Silver Mine.
The silver mine? Where is it?
Mexico. Uncle Scrooge wants to go himself, but he's too busy watching his own money, so he wants to be sure the three of us find the mine before anyone else does.
Gosh, Mickey, this map's kind of hard to read.
Yes, but if you look closely, you can see clues in the drawings. Let's see. There's a seven-armed cactus and a sombrero.
A sombrero? What's that?
It's a tall hat that people in Mexico wear.
Look, right next to the sombrero, there's a great big X. You know what they say, Mick? X marked the spot.
You're right, Goofy. That must be where the silver mine is.
Then that's where we're headed. Mexico, here we come.
A few days later, Donald, Goofy, and I were on a train riding across the Mexican desert. The only other passengers were two tough-looking men.
It sure is deserted out there. Maybe that's why they call it the desert. What's our first stop, Mick?
I'm not sure. Maybe we'll see that seven-armed cactus.
Just then, the train pulled in at a little town, and the two men got up to leave.
Goofy, look what they're carrying.
Gosh, they've got picks and shovels, like they're planning to do some mining.
Grab your bags, everybody. We've just found out where our first stop is. We hurried off the train, but when we looked around, the men were gone.
Now what do we do?
Gosh, I don't know. The train's already left.
Look, there's a sign that says Guide for Hire, and there's a man standing in the doorway.
You mean that fellow with the patch over his eye?
That's the one. Here he comes.
Buenos dias, señores. My name is One-Eyed Juan. I'm the best guide around.
He was also the only guide around, so we decided to talk to him.
We're searching for treasure.
Goofy, be quiet.
Juan, we're actually looking for a cactus that has 7 arms. Have you ever seen it?
Ah, the famous 7-armed cactus. Of course, senor.
But how can you find it? All the cactus around here look alike.
It's okay, Senor Goofy. I can find my way around this desert with my eye closed.
We saddled up some burros and rode off into the desert.
It was sure hot. Later that morning, Mickey spotted some trees and a watering hole.
Let's stop and fill our canteens. Juan, aren't you coming?
Gracias, Senor Mickey, but no.
We got some water, then relaxed under the trees for a while. When we came back, Juan was sitting on his burro sipping a soda.
Gosh, Mick, I guess he is a good guide. He sure comes well prepared.
We rode into the afternoon, but there was still no sign of the 7-armed cactus.
Hey, Mick, look at those blackbirds circling over our heads. Aren't they pretty?
Not exactly, Goofy. They're vultures.
Vultures? Oh, no.
Well, what do you know? One of them landed on that cactus up ahead. Gosh, look at all the arms on that cactus.
That's it. It's the 7-armed cactus.
Hooray! We found it.
What did I tell you, senores? One-Eyed Juan is the best guide around.
Donald, Goofy, and I excused ourselves and held a quick conference.
You know, Mick, I don't know if we should show our map to Juan. We don't really even know him.
I was thinking the same thing, Goofy.
What are we gonna tell him?
Let's just ask about the sombrero. Once we find that, we can probably get to the silver mine by ourselves.
Gosh, Mickey, just think. Pretty soon, Uncle Scrooge is going to be even richer. And maybe we'll be richer too.
We went back to the cactus to talk to Juan.
Mickey, he's gone.
That's funny. He was here just a second ago.
Wait a minute. Isn't that a cloud of dust on the horizon? I'll bet that's him.
Do you think maybe he sneaked a look at our map?
I don't know, Goofy, but I intend to find out.
We got back on our burros and galloped after him. At least, we tried to gallop.
These burros sure don't go very fast, do they?
Let's go. Giddy up.
Slowly but surely we caught up. But when we finally got there and the dust cleared, we found that we hadn't been following Juan at all.
Mick, it's those fellers from the train, and it looks like they're doing some mining.
Hey! What do you guys think you're doing? This is our claim!
Gee, we're sorry, mister. We were looking for this mine too, but I guess you beat us to it.
That's right, buddy. This gold belongs to us and nobody else.
Excuse me, mister, but did you say gold?
You heard me. Now I'd suggest you and your friends turn around and go back where you came from.
We hopped on our burros and headed back to the 7-armed cactus.
You know, Mick, that must be some mine. It has silver and gold.
No, Goofy, don't you see? That's not the mine we're looking for. It doesn't have silver, and besides, there was no sombrero.
Hooray! We're still gonna be rich.
As we got near the 7-armed cactus, Goofy sat up straight and pointed.
Look, Mick, there's somebody sitting by the cactus.
It's One-Eyed Juan.
It looks like Juan has another soda, and tacos and chips, too.
Gosh, that guy sure knows how to pack a lunch.
Buenos dias, senores.
Juan, we were looking all over for you.
Yeah, where did you go?
I am sorry, senores. I didn't go far away, but now I am ready to be your guide again. What would you like to find next?
We're looking for a big sombrero.
Do you mean the one next to the silver mine?
Mickey, he knows about the silver mine.
But Juan, how did you find out?
Senor Mickey, everyone knows about the silver mine.
They do? Then I guess we're too late.
Ah, shucks.
Don't be silly, my friends. It's not too late. There is plenty for everyone.
There is?
One-Eyed Juan got back on his burro and led us toward a nearby hill. As we rode, Juan gestured off into the distance.
See that big rock beyond the hill?
It's shaped like a sombrero.
This is it, Mick. We found it.
When we looked down from the top of the hill, we could hardly believe our eyes.
Hey, what's going on here?
Holy smokes! It's a city with people and cars and everything.
Juan, why didn't you tell us there was a city here?
But, Senor Mickey, I thought you knew. I thought everyone knew.
What I don't understand is how there could be a silver mine in the middle of the city.
That does seem strange. Where is it, Juan?
But, Senor, it's just where I told you it would be. Right next to Sombrero Rock.
But that's a food stand.
Please, Senor. The silver mine is more than just a food stand. They make the finest tacos in all of Mexico. Here, would you like a bite of mine?
You know, Mick, this is pretty good.
Wait a minute. You mean this is where you've been getting all that food?
Of course. The silver mine is close to the highway with convenient parking for cars and burros.
Boy, is Uncle Scrooge going to be disappointed. But maybe he'd like to open his own taco stand. Just look at that crowd. It's like an outdoor fiesta.
Who cares? I'm hungry.
Come to think of it, so am I.
Oh, well, maybe it is time for dinner. Juan, lead the way.
Senor Mickey, it would be my pleasure.
As we approached the silver mine, a lady came up to us with a stack of flyers.
Welcome to the silver mine, senores. Here is something to help you remember your visit.
She handed Juan a flyer.
Ah, yes. This is just what we need.
What is it, Juan?
The next time you come to Mexico, you may not be riding with One-Eyed Juan, but you will probably want to come back to the silver mine.
And this paper will help us?
Yes, indeed, Senor Mickey. It's a map to the silver mine.
You know, Goofy, One-Eyed Juan turned out to be a pretty good fellow after all.
Yeah, he sure did. He took us right to the silver mine, even if it didn't have any silver.
I'll never forget how disappointed Uncle Scrooge was when he found out.
Yup, he thought we'd be coming home with sacks of money, but all we brought him was a bag of tacos.
And now, until next time. Well, now it's time to say goodbye to all our company.
M.I.C. See ya real soon. K.E.Y.
Why? Because we like you.